Hey folks, old Twerking Monkey here. You remember the other night we told you we went fishing? Well, we went fishing, we were going to catch some bait, and we caught up a bunch of bait, about 21 to be exact. We did some fishing, and me and the wife, and we didn't catch any catfish. Got home, all our bait was still alive, and we didn't have anywhere to keep it. Couldn't put it in the freezer. Freezer was already full, we couldn't get it in there. So we put these fish on ice last night, and we've had them on ice last night and today, and we decided we're going to show y'all how country folks clean fish. So folks, stay tuned and we'll get right with the cleaning process in just a second. Alright folks, this one's a little old bait fish we caught yesterday. Caught several of them like this, a good many of them actually. Now what you do if you're going to clean these fish, and you're going to clean them country style, you get you a old timer knife. That's what that is right there, just old time. Or you could get old Barlow. That was a good knife back in the day. Old Barlow knife. Yes sir, about everybody out in the country had one of those. Old Monkey, he managed to find an old timer. Lost his Barlow somewhere along the way, but he got him an old timer. Now, this old timer has kind of been through the mill, as you can see, but it's still good for cleaning fish. So this is how you do it, folks. Watch closely. You just take that knife and you just come scaling from the back, the tail side of that fish. Just scale right on up there, folks. This ain't the first fish I ever scaled with a knife, as you probably can tell. And we flip that joker over right there. We're gonna get all them scales right out of there. Gonna get all those scales right there, folks. Right off that tail right there, because that's gonna be some good eating back there now. Let me tell you, a lot of folks don't understand country folks in the way to eat. We might not eat like some folks do, but folks, we love our fish. And we like our fish whole. We don't like our fish all filleted up and all that craziness that you see around and all of that sauces and all of that. No sir, we like to cook our fish up in cornmeal, and we like to make them good. A little salt and pepper on them, not all them fine fancy seasonings. Now folks, there you go. That fish right there been scaled out. We're gonna rinse him off right here. Get some of these scales up here out of the way. Switch up the knives here. Now what we always done, folks, when I was growing up, we caught that knife right there. Right there, right at the, and we took a little notch out of there, just like that. Got that notch out of there, reach right up in here, cut that loose right there. A little tough right there. Let me get a little stronger knife. That's a flex fillet knife right there, folks. Take that knife right there, catch that fish right behind that head right there, folks. When you do, you give it a little twist and you pull it. And most of those insides come right out. Now you go back to your flex knife, and you take that knife and catch it right where you made that notch, right there, and you come up through there. And when you come up through there, you catch that thumb right in there. Kind of keep that open. Keep that sharp blade away from your thumb, though you cut your thumb off. And that's tough right in there, folks. Maybe we need to use this here stiffer blade. Yeah, there you go. Break right through that bone right there. Reach up, folks, take these insides out of that fish. Just like that right there. That fish is clean. We just got to kind of clean him up a little bit before we put him up for cooking. But folks, that fish is done. That's country ready right there. Gonna cook that fish up whole. Ain't gonna fillet him out. We're just gonna make him just like he is right there, folks. That's some good eating. We're gonna show you a little later on how to eat these old bad boys right here. Now, notice I missed a scale or two right there. Well, my granddaddy used to have a saying about that. Said, man eat the most fish, get the most scales, so don't worry about it. Said, them scales all part of the fish. Well, folks, we got that one ready to go right there. Let's put him over here. Now we're gonna do you up another one. We're gonna do this one up a little bit different, folks. We're gonna show you how the old Monkey actually fillets these fish. We got some folks in our family, folks, that don't like whole fish. They don't like to have that bone in there. They like that bone out of there. So the first thing we're gonna do, make a cut right here. We're gonna kind of come up in here where that head meat is. We're going to take this knife, flip it over. We're going to run it right down that side right there where that, and feel that backbone coming down there, right on where that fin is. Come on down through there, knife. What's wrong with you today? Yeah, there you go. Come right on down through there, folks. Now, when you get right here, we're going to stop just for a second, because we're going to notch this fish, just like we told you. Now, I know a lot of folks don't do this, but country folks do. There's just something about that area right there that country folks don't particularly care for. You see it right there, folks? There you go. Now we got that notch right there. We're going to take this old filleting knife. We're going to stick it right through there. And then we're going to slide that knife right on down through there, just like that. Now we're going to come right back, and we're going to follow right along that rib cage right there. I'm going to pull that fillet off of there. And folks, I know y'all wondering about all the waste on this fish. Well, when old monkey gets through, there won't be no waste, because whatever left over on that fish, that's going to be some catfish bait. Anyway, we're going to catch that right on that right there. Get in there at about a 45 degrees. We're going to slide that knife right up through there. I got my other filleting knife. Don't have it out here with me though. Ain't quite as sharp as this. Works real good on this. But folks, you just kind of saw that back in two. Right on down through there. And there you go, folks. Now we got a fine piece of little meat right there. Perfect little piece of meat for folks that don't like bone in their fish. Ain't no bone up here, ain't no bone down here. That's a fine little fillet right there, folks. And look at here. Look how clean that skin is. Now, how much did you lose there? You didn't lose a thing. Folks, I'm not going to stand here all day and show you fish after fish after fish, because of the fact that once you see how it's done, I think y'all smart enough to know what to do. So we're going to finish up these fish. And when we finish up all these fish, folks, we're going to take them inside. We're going to cook them up. We're going to show you how we cook up bluegill country style and monkey style. Y'all stay tuned now. We're going in the kitchen in a little bit. Hi folks, we're in old Monkey's kitchen now, and we got sitting here in front of you bluegill. We've got 3 different styles of bluegill to cook up tonight. One is what we call country bluegill, because that's the whole fish, bone and all. Over here we got almost country, because that's still got the skin on it with the scales off of it. That's a fillet. Right there, just small fillets. There's not a whole lot of fillets on a bluegill. Depending on how big he is, that's your skin side, that's your fillet side. Pretty white meat there. And then, folks, you've got those that are real finicky about their fish. They don't want no skin, they don't want no bone. So, we got that. Now, we're going to cook up these 3 styles of fish tonight, folks. And we're going to see if we can't show you how it's done. Over here we got a cast iron skillet. That's the secret to cooking up good country fried fish. In that skillet we got lard. Now notice I didn't say we got vegetable oil, canola oil, blah 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 blah. We got lard. Country folks cook with lard, folks. And we're going to heat this oil up, or this lard up rather. And when we get this lard all heated up, we're going to start mealing those fish. And over here we got our meal. Over here in this little container, folks, we got SWPONG. Now that's Old Monkey's blend, meaning we got some salt in here, we got white pepper in here, we got onion powder, and we got garlic. Now with that, folks, tonight we want to make these have just a little bit of a smoky taste, but not much. We're going to add some smoked paprika. Some of y'all say paprika, and I've heard it pronounced everywhere in the world, but old Monkey called it paprika. So, when all of that goes into this cornmeal to season up these fish. So, folks, we're going to get this grease hot, and we're going to get these fish all fixed up here, and let y'all see how it's done. Now, all these seasonings right here, folks, go right in here in this cornmeal, just like this right here. Get it all in there. Don't want to lose none of it. Don't want to leave none of it out. There you go, right there, folks. Then we're going to take this fork over here. And you know, old Monkey, he got that multi-functioning mixer right there. But tonight, we're not going to use that, folks. We're going to do it a little different because we're not going to make up a wet mix. We're going to have a dry mix here. We're just going to kind of incorporate all that up so it's all mixed up good in there. So we can dredge those fish through that cornmeal to get them to have a good breading on them. So here we go, folks. Get that all mixed up right there real good. Yes, sir. That's going to be some good eating right there now, I'm telling you. Y'all watch for it whenever we get it ready now. Alright, folks, there we go. Alright, and we're going to set that over out of the way of the stove here, because we don't want to mess that up when we turn the stove on. And set these fish over here so they don't get all messed up. Now, folks, we're going to turn this grease on here. We got to let it get hot. And once that grease gets good and hot, then we'll be back and show you how to cook these fish. Alright, folks, we here in the kitchen with this grease. This done got hot. Now, the old Monkey know that this grease is hot. Take this wooden spoon right here. Now, that's a little trick old Monkey learned some time back. If you set that spoon down in there like that and watch it, and I don't know if y'all can see this very well or not, but you see how that right there, where that spoon's starting to fry, where those hot grease is coming up there around that, and bubbling up and bubbling off that spoon, folks, that grease is ready to fry. That's just a little kitchen tip, y'all. Remember, if you ain't banging your pans, you ain't cooking. Yes, sir. Now, folks, we're going to take and dredge these fish over here in this meal. Yes, sir, we're going to take these country fish right here. We're going to dredge them up over here in this meal, just like this. Get them floured up there. Actually, not floured, cornmeal, because this is white cornmeal we're using. Going to get them all milled up there and dredge them in this here right here. Put a little on them right there like that. Get them all fixed up right there, folks, just like that. I always want to throw a little cornmeal down in that cavity in there, because that's going to be important to the taste of that fish. Now, we got a couple of these fellas that was a little bit small, but you know, old Monkey got a saying, and he honestly believes this. That fish big enough to bite that hook, he big enough to eat. Well, old Monkey kept him. He gonna eat him, just like he said, because he bit that hook. Now, folks, we got some that were bigger. We got these last two here. They was most of them about the size of that one right there. But now we filleted them up for those folks that, you know, what we said earlier, almost country and finicky. So we're gonna put these fish right here over in this grease, and we're gonna get started doing some cooking here now, folks. So here we go. We're going to lay these fish in there just like that. Look how that just sizzles up right there, folks. Yes, sir. Now, that's what you want right there. You want that grease good and hot. We're going to cook these fish probably about 4, maybe 5 minutes on each side. And that fish right there is a bit big. So when I take and put that fish in there, try to move him over just a little bit right there, folks. Now, listen to that. That's a beautiful sound right there. Yes, it is. Listening to that grease is frying away over there on that. Folks, I'm telling you, you can't beat that. No, sir. Old Monkey eat a many a fish like you see me cooking up here right now, folks. See, back in my day, folks, when I was coming up, we didn't have all these fillets like this stuff right here we're talking about. And old Monkey had to learn all that after he got grown, about how folks done changed with their eating habits. So we didn't have all that fillets like that. We had whole fish. We had to learn not only how to fry them up and clean them, we also had to learn how to eat them and not get a bone hung in our throat. A lot of folks won't eat fish if it's got bone in it for that reason. Now, I'm going to show you at the end of this video how you eat that fish right there, folks. So stick around, because we got a lot to talk about from here to the end of this video that we are going to show you how to eat that fish. All right, folks, here we go. We got these fish, these country fish. They fried up over there. This one right here is ready. Folks, I forgot to tell you a while ago, whenever you take these kind of fish up, you want to hold them up kind of like that and drain that excess grease out of there. You don't want those soggy fish because of the grease. Folks, we're going to lay that fish right over there on that pan. We're We'll show you after a while what that pan looks like, folks, when we get all these fish fried. Now, folks, we're gonna take care of those folks that's a little bit finicky here. This is that fillets that we told you about that ain't got no skin, ain't got no bone. That's the way some folks like their fish. Old Monkey, he learned that a long time ago. He didn't think for a long time there was any way to have fish except to have them whole. Then he got to being in the restaurant business and around where folks kind of had a choice, and you know, things change throughout life, and you just have to kind of go along with the flow sometimes, as long as it's right. Now, if it's wrong, you need to stand up and let folks know something ain't right with that, folks. You know. So, folks, we're gonna put these finicky fish over in here. It don't take long for them to cook, and we're gonna cook them up, dredging those through there just like you do the whole fish, breading them up all the same. Don't make no difference on the way on the breading part of them. There we go, folks. Right in there just like that. And we got another little piece right here. Now, folks, there we are. All right. Now, we're not going to sit here and bore you to death with doing the same thing with these almost country fillets, these right here with the skin on them. So we're going to do the same thing that we did over here with these finicky fillets. We're going to dredge them through there like you saw. Then we're going to take them and put them over in this hot grease, and we're going to let them fry. So, folks, hang with us, and we'll get all these fish fried up, and then we'll be back, and we'll plate some of this stuff up. All right, folks, we got all those fish all fried up there. I want to show them to you here. Isn't that plumb pretty? Now, folks, you can't ask for no fish no better than that right there. Fried up pretty golden brown. This is your country fish right here. This fish right here, that's your finicky fish. For those folks that don't want no bone, don't want no skin. And over here is those that are almost country. That's the ones that don't have any bone. We're going to plate these up here. And you know, Old Monkey, he always got to have a little something to go with his fish and his other foods that he cooks up. So we'll be right back in a minute, folks. Get all this plated up, and then we're going to do a taste test and show you how to eat these country fish. Oh, by the way, folks, I forgot to tell you earlier, when you fry these up, use stone ground plain cornmeal. It fries up better, and that's the way we did it back in my younger days. All right, we're going to plate it up, folks. All right, folks, we done got this all plated up. Don't that look plumb beautiful right there? Man, look at here. We got that country whole fried fish right there. We got some French fries right here. We cooked those French fries, folks, in that same grease we cooked these fish in. That helped to pull up some of that flavor from those fish onto those French fries. And folks, right here, for those of you that don't know, this is hot water cornbread. Now, hot water cornbread is good with fish, and there's a reason that you eat cornbread with fish, because some of you folks don't know because you don't eat fish like the whole fish. But we used to always have cornbread of some kind with us, because when we eat fish, we got a little bone accidentally stuck in our throat, that cornbread would wash it down. Now, a lot of folks talk about the hush puppies and all of that. Country folks don't eat hush puppies, folks. We always fry up some cornbread to go with these fish. So that is hot water cornbread, folks. And we'll show you how we made that in a future video. Folks, I forgot. I promised y'all I'd show y'all how country folks eat these fish with bone in them. And I'm going to take one of these fish right here, and I'm going to show you here how we eat our whole fish. People are always talking about having fish and chips. Well, you know, if you got fish, you got chips, because this right here, that's the chip of that fish. Now, the way you're going to eat that right there, folks, you're going to eat it just like it said. You're going to take it, and you're going to woo, folks, let me tell you, that right there just plumb good. If you don't eat that right there, folks, you folks that don't eat whole fish, let me tell y'all, you're missing out. Now, you see how that bone come right out of that fish there, folks, when I pull that chip off of there? Yeah, that's another chip right there. Got a bite right there. Oh, my goodness. We're going to lay that down right there, folks. Now, there's another chip on this fish, folks. That's right there. All you got to do here, folks, pull that out right there. Come all the way up right here. Now right there, folks, there's another chip. That's called, called a fish chip. Now, folks, there's another chip on this fish. You didn't know this fish had so many chips, did you? Yeah, let old monkey educate you here. Right there's another chip. Gonna put that in there. Oh my goodness. Folks, that was a piece of meat right there. That was good. Yes, sir. And then, folks, on this side, there's another chip, just like the one on the other side. Now we're gonna lay that down. There's a piece of meat on there. Old monkey get that in a little bit. Now, folks, we got all those chips out of the way. We're just gonna take this fish right here. You're gonna mash it just a little bit right there. Watch that right there, folks. I want you to see it now. Watch it. You see how that there come right off of there just like that, folks. Ain't no bone in there. Now these little old rib bones, if you get your thumb right there and you push them over, look at him. Look at him. Now, folks, old monkey done got a country fillet off of that country fish, just like y'all was gonna eat without any bone. And the bone was cooked in it, cause folks, that bone adds flavor to it. Oh, thank you, folks, for watching. And remember, we love y'all. Y'all come see us now. You hear?